Good morning. This is TCR, TroyCommunityRadio.com. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV. Time now for the Community Connection with the Miami County Park District. And with us this morning is Scott Myers. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Beautiful weather finally.
Oh, wow. It's actually like spring.
Does it?
It teased us for a little while.
Does this make a difference in the park?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it teased us for a while. We had that great weather, and then, winter came back.
Yeah, winter came back with a vengeance.
Yes. And so, yeah, when the weather gets like this, it does make a big difference for the parks. And not only, visitation, but also greening up.
Yes.
Trees budding.
I have noticed that when you're driving down the road and you see the woods that were so brown have a light green tint to them.
Yes. You're starting to see that. You're seeing the, I don't know if the blooming trees are going to got hit pretty good with that cold snap or not, where that may not be as vibrant. I mean, some of them were starting to. Then the cold snap hit. I don't know if the later ones are going to be affected by that or not. We'll have to wait and see.
I was examining around the house and some of our flowering plants, some that had already bloomed look pretty scorched, but they've got some new blooms on them that look like they're actually gonna
well, that's
come
good.
out.
Hopefully, it doesn't affect fruit trees and that kind of thing.
Right.
I don't have any of those, so I'm not sure how those were all hit. But hopefully, that'll be okay.
All right. Well, with better weather, and you couldn't ask for better weather for a trail run challenge.
Oh, I know it. The trail run is starting. Trail run challenge and on the 24th. But this is our 5th year of the trail run challenge, and we have 5 races, and it's not really designed, and we've talked about this. It's not really designed for the competitive racing. So if you're not a competitive racer, this is not this is a great place for you. If you are a competitive racer, it's okay. I mean, we'll take you. We'd love to have you there, but
you're just competing against who's with you.
Yeah, exactly. So it's to get people up and moving, and whether it be running or walking or a combination.
Just people want to get some better health.
Get better health, and what's great is every year now we've partnered with Miami County Public Health, and they'll have their nurses out there taking their numbers. So each race has a theme. We're at Hobart Urban Nature Preserve on the 24th. The theme is Know Your Numbers, and so what's nice is that the public health comes out every race, each of the 5 races, and they'll take their folks' blood pressure and their heart rate and their BMI and their weight, and those kinds of things, so that then they can see if folks improve over the year.
Okay.
And so that's the idea of it, and we want to get that going on with folks getting healthier and those kinds of things.
Now, folks can sign up for it through alliancerunning.com.
Yes.
Or they can even sign up at the race.
They can they can sign up at the race. April 24th, 8 a.m. is when registration will start. The race is at 9. And it is at Hobart Urban Nature Preserve. Come out a little early. That's one of our more popular ones because it is a very flat, easy course.
Okay.
And that's why we designed that. That's why that one goes first. Well, 2 reasons. One, it's easier, so we do that one first. But also, you don't want to do it in July because it could get pretty hot.
Okay.
Because the trees haven't gotten big enough yet. But as that park matures, it'll be much better for in the summer in that regards for doing the run. But
now you mentioned Miami County Public Health, but you've got a lot of great sponsors.
Oh yeah, Upper Valley Medical Center has been with us from the beginning. Abbey Credit Union, A+ Tutoring. Marsh McLennan Agency, which used to be Brower Insurance. Marsh,
okay.
So that's Marsh McLennan Agency. So they've been with us from the beginning. Up and Running has been with us all along, and so it's great sponsors. It's a great program throughout the whole year. But you can go to the alliancerunning.com and you can see where all the race dates are. You can go to our website, see what all the race dates are, and you don't have to do all 5. You can do a couple of them. You can do 1 or 2 or whatever. You can sign up for all of them, and you can get a discount. You can also, what's really also neat, which was we had quite a few last year, and looks like we're going to have them again this year, is a team challenge where folks can get together, whether it be your neighborhood or your employer, do it as a group, and so that so they can sign up and do the challenge, and then there'll be prizes for those who have the the most participants, special incentives for the winning team, and those kinds of things. So they can find that information on our website. On MiamiCountyParks.com and see how all that stuff works.
Well, the park's open sunup. You're sunup to sundown.
8
pretty
a.m.
much.
8 a.m. to sundown. Yep.
But
8 a.m. to sunset.
Folks can go out anytime that the park's open, but you also have other events and things that go on throughout the month.
Yes, yeah, we do. Obviously, folks can come out every day, and we love it. And with the good weather, it's been very busy, which we really, really love. And we have all kinds of programs that special programs for different folks and things along those lines. And we're this is an area that we have grown in the last few years. We didn't have a lot of, we'd have some public programs, maybe one a weekend, maybe, but we have emphasized more and more programs for the public and things along those lines. April 17th, coming up here is the Dog Social Spring Fling from 1 to 3 at Lost Creek Reserve, and it's a special one. The Flying Canines will be there.
Oh, is this the Frisbee?
Yeah, yes it is. So, real treat for folks to come and see the Flying Canines. So it's going to be a beautiful weekend. Come out and watch the Flying Canines from 1 to 3 at Lost Creek Reserve. So plenty of room, plenty of space. Come out and watch and bring your dogs.
You've always got a great turnout for the dog socials, it seems like.
Yeah, we do. We do the Valentine's one, which was a beautiful weather. Valentine's, it had over 100 people. So those are always very popular. So folks bring out their dogs. Very fun time for that to do the dog social. On April 21st, Rain Barrels and Trees, and this is part of Earth Action Month, and it's also at Lost Creek Reserve, and this is at 6:30 on April 21st. And this is a combined program where we do with soil and water. Okay. And so, Soil and Water Conservation, they will host together the Rain Barrels and Trees program, and they'll do a tree hike on the property at Lost Creek. They'll learn the various species and how they suit different soils and landscapes. So it'll be an educational opportunity for folks to learn, the best way for trees and where to plant them and what's the best kinds of trees to plant where. And then afterwards, the folks are going to build rain barrels. So there is a fee, $45, that way they can get all the materials for the rain barrels.
Is there a limited class size?
Yeah,
how many
25.
people?
Yeah,
okay.
we only got 25 for this class, and I'm not sure how close that is to getting full yet. So probably is, because this one does pretty well, and so we promote it through our avenues as well as Soil and Water promotes it through their avenues. So it gets a double promotion. But after they make the rain barrel, they'll be able to take it home. And folks go, well, what's a rain barrel? Well, a rain barrel.
Excellent.
Yes, they are. And basically, what a rain barrel does, it's attached to your downspouts. So as it rains, that water is collected in the rain barrel, and then you can use that water then to water your plants. So you're reusing the water.
Not only are you reusing the water, but you're saving on your water bill itself by, not running the hose.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you're not running the hose. You're not running your own water So it's a great way to reuse and sustainability practices and things like that. And, rainwater is better
than your
than
chlorinated
treated water.
Yes.
When it comes to your plants and those kinds of things, they respond a little better.
Yeah.
In that regard. So though that so that program is always really good that's on the 21st. April 23rd is a new one for us. This is where some of our program expansion is taking place. Is the start of our new gardening series.
It's going to be a series.
Yeah, it's going to be a series. So Intro to Gardening, April 23rd from 2 to 3:30 at Lost Creek. We're going to help prepare the garden for its first spring planting. We have a garden out there that we've used for years, and we've done a little bit of programming, but this year we're going to do a series with it, and so they can get with with Marion and our who's our health and wellness specialist. She knows her gardening, sustainability, homegrown great type things. But she's going to do they're going to do the first planting, and so they basically, and the reason why Marion, our health and wellness specialist, is going to learn the health aspects of having your own garden.
Okay.
Why it is healthier for you to do, the benefits from growing your own food, and here you will see how easy it is. And the folks will also help. They're going to help construct a raised bed, which is something they can do in their backyard.
Right. And you say that, and you're talking about the healthy gardening.
Right.
I drove past a house the other day, and I saw that they had put out some raised beds. They got them built.
Yeah.
And they're made out of the treated lumber.
Yeah.
Not something that you want to use for your raised beds.
No. So yeah, so you'll learn all about that at our program, at our Intro to Gardening with Marion from April 23rd from 2 to 3:30 at Lost Creek Reserve. That same night, always popular, our Night Legends, good old-fashioned campfire, 9 to 11 p.m. at Charleston Falls. And so special guests, the Stillwater Stargazers, will be there. And so that people can see the stars at night. So hopefully it'll be a clear night.
Always a different experience at nighttime.
Always a different experience at nighttime. Different animals are out, different sounds are being made, different things are seen. And then, when you go out to Charleston or you go to Stillwater Prairie, you go out to one of our outer parks out quite a ways away from the cities, the sky is different, and it's so much. The stars are.
I was going to say they're brighter.
Yeah.
It's so much easier to see the stars.
So much better. So, but yeah, so that good old fashioned campfire and Zoo in the Sky Storybook Trail also be going on at the same time.
Okay.
So at 9 to 11 at Charleston on the 23rd, and then April 24th we talked about our Trail Run Challenge, 9 a.m. at Hobart Urban Nature Preserve. Registration begins at 8, but they can pre-register. That way they make sure they get a shirt.
Okay.
As part of that, and then also on that Sunday the 24th is our Naturalist Adventure Series, Rites of Spring, 1 to 4 at Charleston Falls Preserve. So, so that's pretty strong programming group coming up next 2 weeks.
And you have the ongoing photo contest.
Photo contest, beautiful photos. Go to our Facebook page, vote for your favorite. Some really, really cool ones from last month. And then those that are taking their photos now, do it at the end of the month, April 30th. We'll get our photo contest up and get our photos. The winners' photos are featured on our social media and our website, and then also published in the Troy Daily News and Piqua Daily Call. So I remember seeing March winners was in the newspaper, I think last Sunday.
Okay.
It was either last Sunday or the Sunday before, I can't remember. Was in the Troy Daily News on the Sunday paper. So you got to see, I think it was a picture at Charleston. I can't remember where the other one might have been at Stillwater. I can't remember now for sure, but I remember seeing the pictures in the paper, and I know one of them was at Charleston. So
I'm sure you're looking at a lot of pictures.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of submissions, and it's great. We have Mike Ullery and Tony Weber, the photographers for the Piqua Daily Call and Troy Daily News. They help us come and select help us select the 5 finalists. That people can choose from to select the winners. And so, go to our Facebook page and look for our for the photo contest and vote on their favorite photo, because the photo with the most votes gets published. That's
all right.
That's how it's determined. So, but yeah, so that's really a really cool thing. And then, we talk about our programs and those kinds of things. We want to make sure that folks register. MiamiCountyParks.com and go onto the program page, and they can register. They can call us at 335-6273 or send an email to register@MiamiCountyParks.com and get themselves registered. Get ready to go, get to the program, make sure we have the right supplies and those kinds of things. And some programs, like the Rain Barrel, has a fee and those kinds of things. So.
Or anything else that you wanted to add this morning?
Well, yeah, there's a really cool thing that happened this past week. And a little bit this weekend with some of our volunteers and things like that. We have as part of the Duke Park North expansion with the city of Troy, we've partnered with them to purchase 38 acres of that property.
That was the Hules Camp Farm next to it.
Yeah, that just to the north edge of there. Well, 38 acres of it was wooded, also down in the low end along the river, and so we We're purchasing that through a grant with the Clean Ohio Fund, and then. With the goal of reforesting that, water protection, protecting the river, basically put it into conservation so that folks, so it'll be, protect water quality and those kinds of things, and habitat, riparian corridor along the Great Miami River. And we have a great partnership with U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service and Donnie Knight, who is our local contact with U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and they are providing almost like $21,000 worth of trees that got planted down that lowland this past week, and it was great because Donnie came out from U.S. Fish and Wildlife along with some of our staff, prepared, dug the holes with augers for all the trees. The trees were delivered on Thursday, and then we had a volunteer group from the Upper Valley Career Center, the environmental science class from Upper Valley Career Center, come out, and we've had some other volunteers and Girl Scouts and other volunteers that are coming out, today on Saturday here to finish it up, and we had some others on that came out Thursday night as well to get all those trees planted.
Amazing.
So all those volunteers are helping plant those trees. Great project. Great project. Community involvement, U.S. Fish and Wildlife, and the Park District, and also City of Troy, because they were the original purchasers of the property and partnered with us to get that whole property. So
that's going to be nice.
That's going to be awesome. Absolutely awesome. We're very excited about that, and we also were able to do as part of another Clean Ohio Conservation Fund grant program at Lost Creek Reserve. A lot of our wetland restoration, we had some volunteers out to help plant some of those plantings last week and this weekend. Actually have a sorority group from the University of Dayton comes out every year to do a volunteer project, and that's what they're doing this weekend, is coming out and planting a lot of plantings, wetland plants, in the wetlands at Lost Creek Reserve. So really cool. We appreciate all the community involvement. Jessie Chernetsky coordinates all those volunteers, so she does an awesome job with that. So
she's busy during the week.
She is. It was amazing. I was looking at the calendar we use Google Calendar. I was looking at the calendar. Jessie's out there with the volunteers today. She was out there with the volunteers Thursday. She's out there with them Thursday night. She's with them with a group this weekend. So she's hopping. She's hopping.
Now with the nicer weather, and you said you mentioned fish.
Yes.
Folks are getting antsy to get out to the rivers and do some fishing. Maybe go over. When do you need a license?
Right.
When do you not?
Always a popular question.
Yes.
On when and where you need a fishing license. Well, you need a fishing license if you're going to fish in navigable rivers. The Great Miami River, Stillwater, Greenville Creek, those kinds of things. You need a fishing license. Now, if you're just going to fish in our ponds, you don't need one.
Okay.
So if you go to Stillwater Prairie and fish in the ponds, you're good. You go down to the river, you need a license. So,
yeah, you get a little itchy to get away from the pond and go down. You don't have the license. Then you might have an encounter with the game warden.
That Jasmine might come and find you. Jasmine Gross Nichols, our Miami County game warden. So she'll hunt you down.
All right, Scott, thank you so much for being here this morning.
Sure thing.
This has been Community Connection with the Miami County Park District. I'm Clint Myers on 107.1 WTJN for David Denoyer on TCTV.